are you doing today? Morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing today? Been trading this week. I hope it's been great. Please drop comments. You're welcome. You can hear me clearly. Please let me know in the comment section. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. How has been your trading this week? How has it been? How has it been? Good morning, Mr. Clements. How are you doing today? How has been trading? If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. If there's any play you want us to look at together, drop it in the comment section. Good morning, good morning. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Raphael, how are you doing? Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Good morning, Mr. Debayo. Good morning. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. If there's anything you want us to analyze together, drop it in the comment section. You all are welcome. You're welcome. All right, all right, all right. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's start by looking at the fundamentals for today. Today is Wednesday, April 2nd, and two major news will be released from the United States. The first will be released by 12 p.m. Let me change the time. It should be 1:15, I guess. Okay, 12:15. This should be 1:15 p.m. 1:15 p.m. Nigerian time. Non-farm employment change will be released, and as you can see here, we have the previous data as 77K, and the forecast is 118K. So they are expecting an increase from 77K to 118K. Okay, and by 8 p.m. Nigerian time, President Trump would be speaking. So we should expect high volatility on USD pairs by 12:15 and by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay. Next, let's look at DXY. What is the trend on DXY? What is dollar doing? Like I shared with you guys last night, I expect DXY to sell. Okay. identified a fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap on DXY. I think DXY wants to come fill with a fair value gap here. We also have another fair value gap here. So it's likely it will fill these fair value gaps before bullish. That's my expectation on DXY. As you can see on 1 hour, I think we have a shooting star on. You can see on 1 hour, we had a doji. Can you see this on 1 hour? This is a doji candle pattern. And this pullback was used to fill this fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap that was created here. This pullback was to fill this fair value gap. And you can see the candlestick pattern that formed after the fair value gap got filled. It's a bearish reversal pattern. The previous 1 hour candle closed as a doji and the next candle closed bearish. This indicates that the change has changed from bullish to bearish. Now, based on the pattern on 4 hour and 1 hour, the dollar is weak at the moment. Dollar is bearish at the moment. I hope that is clear. Dollar is bearish at the moment, okay? Okay, so that's my take on dollar. Dollar is bearish at the moment. It's likely going to come fill these fair value gaps before being bullish. So you should sell the dollar, sell the dollar, sell the dollar, okay? So if dollar is weak, we would expect GU to be bullish, EU to be bullish, NU. All pairs that have dollar as the counter or quote currency should be bullish because dollar is weak. So let's start with GBP USD. Okay, Mr. Raphael, USD CHF, USD. Okay, we'll look at all those pairs. A few minutes. So let's start with GBP USD. Let's start with the daily time frame. Yesterday candle, as you can see, it closed as an indecision candle. You see that? It closed as an indecision candle. And after the close of yesterday candle, let's go down to 4 hour. What do we have on 4 hour? So you can see the pattern we had on 4 hour. This pullback, I'm sure it was used to fill this fair value gap. You can see. You can see the strong rejection from the fair value gap. This morning also price has tested this fair value gap and there's a strong rejection from that gap. And you can see the pattern that formed there is an hammer. It's an hammer that indicates GU trend has changed from bearish to bullish. You can see that. So let's go down to 1 hour. So I think GU is set for buy. You can see the pattern we had on 1 hour time frame. This is a doji. The next candle now, before the formation of this doji, we had a spinning bottom. And as you can see, the market is trading above the high of this spinning bottom. And also it is trading above the high of the doji candle. That tells me that there's more demand than supply. That indicates high demand. Okay, so at the moment, GU is bullish. GU is bullish at the moment. Okay, GU is bullish at the moment. GU is bullish at the moment. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. GU is bullish at the moment. Technically, GU is set for buy. Technically, it is set for buy. Okay. So that's my take on GU. Which other instrument do you want us to look at? Let's look at USD CHF. USD CHF. Okay. Yesterday candle closed as a doji. You can see that yesterday candle closed as it's a spinning top. Okay, it's a spinning top, not a doji. It's a spinning top. So after the close of yesterday candle, what do we have on 4 hour? So you can see the pattern on 4 hour. After the close of yesterday candle, this is the pattern we had on 4 hour, and I think this pullback we're seeing. I think let's see if a fair value gap was created after the formation of this candle. Let's see if a fair value gap was created. Okay, so okay, let's see 15 minutes. Let's see 15 minutes. So I'm sure a fair value gap was created. Okay, so I think what they want to do is fill this fair value gap. Okay, I think this is going out in the market at the moment. They want to fill the fair value gap, as you can see, this fair value gap. So you should look for a bearish setup Okay, after this fair value gap gets filled for a bearish setup, let's go back to 1 hour so you can see. So they are likely going to come fill this fair value gap. After this gap gets filled, then you could look for a sell setup. It's either they fill this fair value gap or clear the liquidity residing at this previous high before going bearish. Okay, so you wait for this gap to get filled, wait for the gap to get filled before you look for a sell opportunity, or wait for the liquidity residing at this previous high to be swept before you go bearish on USD CHF. As you know, USD CHF is relatively correlated with Euro USD, GBP USD, Australian dollar USD, and NZD USD. So if you're going bullish on GBP USD, then you should be considering selling USD CHF. I hope that is Mr. Raphael. So that's my take on USD CHF. USD CHF is bearish for today's market. So wait for a sell setup. Wait for a sell setup before you go bearish on USD CHF. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay. USD JPY. Let's see USD JPY. Okay. So Joseph. Okay, we'll look at GJ in a few minutes. Let's see USD JPY. USD JPY. Okay. Let's start with the daily. So based on the pattern we have on the daily time frame, you can see here we had an hammer. That was Monday. That was on Monday. We had an hammer candlestick pattern here, and yesterday candle closed bearish. Okay, it closed bearish, and so far USD JPY has been bullish. USD JPY has been bullish. My bias on USD JPY is bullish. Okay, my bias on USD JPY is bullish. USD JPY is likely going to come fill this fair value gap. I shared this with you guys last night. It is likely going to come fill this fair value gap. What you should look out for is your buy setup. Look for buy setup on USD JPY. It's likely going to come and fill this fair value gap before going bearish. Okay, so if the current 4 hour, as you can see the pattern, if the current 4 hour candle closes bullish, then you can go for buy if the current 4 hour candle closes bullish. But let's see what we had on 1 hour. Okay, so you can see the pattern we had on 1 hour. This is an hammer, a bearish hammer. This is a bearish hammer. I think this pullback was to fill this fair value gap that was created here. Let's see. You can see this pullback was to fill this fair value gap that was created here. Can you see that? Can you see that? So if the current 1 hour candle closes above the high of this bearish hammer, okay, if the current 1 hour candle closes above the high of previous bearish hammer candle, then you can consider buying USD JPY. Okay, so that's my take on USD JPY. Bullish. I'm bullish on USD JPY for today's market. Okay. So let's look at GJ and NZD JPY. Okay. GJ, where is GJ? If you minutes. GJ. So my bias on GJ is buy. You can see the pattern we have on GJ. Previous 1 hour closed as an hammer. You can see this is an hammer indicating change in trend from bearish to bullish. So my bias is, you can see this pullback. This pullback is used to fill this fair value gap. Can you see this fair value gap? There is a gap in between this low and this high. Can you see that? There is a gap in between the low, a very tiny fair value gap. Okay, so price had to pull back. If you go down to, let's say, 15 minutes, you can see on 15 minutes also, you can see we had a fair value gap here. You can see this fair value gap. Can you see this fair value gap? That could be the reason for the pullback, and price has filled that fair value gap. Can you see it? Can you see it? Gap has, you can see this fair value gap has been filled. And what do we have here on 15 minutes? We had, this is a doji. Okay, this is a doji, and this candle, you can see this candle engulfed. You can see it engulfed candles, and it's closed above this resistance that was created here. Can you see that? Can you see that? So my bias for GJ is bullish, bullish, bullish. Okay, bias on GJ is bullish. Okay, so I expect GJ to clear all the liquidity residing at this previous highs. That's my expectation on GJ. I expect it to clear all the liquidity residing at this previous high and also fill this fair value gap for the week. Okay, for the week, it should clear the liquidity residing at this previous high and fill this fair value gap. That's my take on GJ. If the current 4-hour closes bullish, let me see 1 hour. I don't think I would wait for the next 4 hour to go. So this 1 hour candle, next 1 hour candle closes above the high of this bearish candle, I would be buying GJ. If 1 hour candle closes above the high of this bearish candle, that would be a confirmation for buy. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on GJ, Mr. Joseph. I hope that is clear. Okay, let's look at gold. I shared with you guys last night that gold is bullish and gold has been buying. I shared with you guys last night that gold is bullish. I told you guys price would pull back to fill this fair value gap that was created yesterday, and that played out this morning. I told you guys they would want to come and fill this fair value gap, okay, before going bullish. So you had an opportunity to buy gold. If you had bought gold from this point, you would have made good profit on gold. And this was the first opportunity, and you have a second opportunity this morning. You can see price also had to pull back to fill the fair value gap that was created here. You can see this morning price had to pull back to fill this fair value gap before going. So you had, this was the first opportunity to buy gold. This is the second opportunity, and you can see the market is trading far above this area. So I wouldn't advise that you buy gold from the current market price. Okay, you should wait for price to pull back. A fair value gap has been created here. Wait for price to pull back. You can just apply your Fibonacci tool. Wait for price to pull back to the discounts area before you buy. Okay, buying at the market price is at a very high risk. Is at a very high risk. Okay, so wait for price to pull back. We have a fair value gap at the discount area. Okay, so wait for price to pull back to this zone before you go bullish on gold. Gold is still very bullish. If you look at the monthly time frame, gold is bullish. If you look at the weekly time frame, gold is bullish. If you look at the daily time frame, gold is bullish. You don't want to trade against the higher time frame trend. Okay, you don't want to trade against the higher time frame trend. If you do, stop loss would be used as liquidity. Your stop loss will be used as liquidity. So wait for pullback before you buy gold. As you can see on 1 hour and 15 minutes, you can see the we have here. This is a bearish setup, because if we apply our Fibonacci, on this previous range, it's obvious that price is at a premium area from this swing high to swing low. You can see that price is at premium, and you don't buy at premium. You don't buy at premium. You can see price is currently at extreme premium area. And if you go down to hour, 15 minutes, let's say 15 minutes, you can see the pattern of it's a bearish reversal pattern. If you go to 5 minutes also, it is bearish. Can you see this? We have several bearish candlestick pattern on 5 minutes time frame. Can you see that? We had a spinning top here, we had a shooting star, we had a doji here. So 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and 1 minute is bearish. So you don't want to. So if you're going to take any risk on gold right now, it will be but the long-term trend is bullish. Okay, the long-term trend is bullish. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on gold. I'm still very bullish on gold. Still very bullish on gold. This week, gold is likely going to clear the high of last week candle. It is likely going to clear the high of last week candle. Let's see. So the market is still trading above the low of this this shooting star. The market is still trading above it, so that indicates higher demand. Okay, I hope that is clear. So that's my take on gold. Okay, New Zealand JPY. Please, if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. New Zealand JPY. New Zealand JPY. New Zealand JPY is bullish. You can see, let's start with the daily. You can see how yesterday candle closed. It closed as an hammer. Yesterday candle closed as an hammer. See that? It closed as an hammer. So one would have executed a buy trade after the close of yesterday candle. After the close of yesterday candle, I think this bearish move, this pullback was to fill a gap that was created here. Let's confirm that on lower time frame. I think a fair value gap was created after the formation of the engulfing pattern. Let's see that it's on 4 hours. So you can see the fair value gap that was created here. Can you see? Price had to pull back to fill this fair value gap. Can you see that? So this would have been the best entry for NZD-JPY after price broke out from this resistance. You can see this would have been a good entry for NZD-JPY. The market is currently trading how many pips above this level? 76 pips. You can see this would have been the best entry for New Zealand JPY. This would have been the best entry. The market is trading far above that level. You don't want to buy from the current market price. Wait for price to pull back to a discount area before you buy. As you can see, at the moment, price just filled this fair value gap. Okay, that's the reason for the rejection you're seeing in the market right now. You can see price just filled this fair value gap, so it's likely going to retrace. Okay, from this zone. It's likely going to pull back, so you should wait for price to pull back to a discount before you buy. Okay, that's my take on NZD-JPY. USD-JPY is bullish, NZD-JPY is bullish, but you should wait for price to pull back on NZD-JPY before you join the trend. I hope that is clear. Any question? Is there any other instrument you want us to look at? The comment section. Australian dollar USD, it's been bullish and it's still bullish. Okay. Yesterday candle closed strongly bullish. You can see strongly bullish, and so far today Australian dollar USD has been bullish. I gave a call on Euro Australian dollar. That was Monday, right? I gave a call, sell Euro Australian dollar. I made so much pips on Euro Australian dollar. Okay. This was my entry on Euro Australian dollar, and my target was 80 pips from this entry. 80 pips. 80 pips. So I told you guys Australian Euro Aussie would come fill this fair value gap. That gap has been filled. Even price is trading below that fair value gap. I shared this with you guys. You can see the gap. I said Euro Aussie is coming to fill this fair value gap, and it has filled it, and it's even trading below that fair value gap. So I'm out of this trade. Took 8 pips from this day. Okay, so it's still bearish. Euro Australian dollar is still bearish. This won't be the right time. This won't be the right time to sell Euro Aussie. The risk selling Euro Aussie from the current market price is very high. It is very high. You want the price to pull back before you sell Euro Aussie. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. AJ buyers. Okay, a few minutes. We'll look at AJ in a few minutes. So Euro Aussie is still bearish, but selling Euro Aussie from the current market price is very high. Okay, so just to wait for price to pull back, wait for price to pull back to a premium area before you sell Euro Aussie. We have a fair value gap here. You wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you sell. Okay, before you sell, wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you sell. Okay, so That's my take on Euro Australian dollar. Okay, so we should look at AJ. AJ. Let's look at USD card. USD card is bearish. They can do close to strongly bearish. Strongly bearish. And I think it's created a fair value gap on lower time frame. So it is likely it might fill this fair value gap. Okay, USD card might fill this fair value gap before bearish. Okay, we had an engulfing pattern here on 4-hour time frame. Can you see that? So if you want to sell USD card, patiently wait for price to fill this fair value gap, or wait for liquidity residing at this previous high. Wait for it to clear before you join bearish trend. Okay, that's my take on USD card. As you can see, since the market opened, USD card has been in a range. It has been in a range. So wait for price to clear the buy side liquidity before you go bearish on USD card. Okay, wait for price to clear the liquidity residing at this previous high before you look for a sell setup on USD card. I hope that is clear. We expect that to play out between now and New York session. Okay, the pullback should play out between now and New York session. AJ. AJ. Okay. Let's start with the daily time frame. So as you can see, AJ has been bullish since last night. You can see and see pattern we had here. You can see we had an hammer, and before the bullish hammer, we had a bearish hammer. This is a bullish reversal pattern. Okay, this is a bullish reversal pattern. Price was used to clear the liquidity residing at this previous. All the stop losses that was residing at this low got cleared. That was on Monday. Monday, you can see the pattern that formed after liquidity got swept. You can see that. So let's go down to 4-hour after the close of yesterday candle. See the pattern we had on 4-hour time frame. This is a bullish reversal pattern. Can you see that we had a spinning bottom here, and also we had this bullish candlestick after the formation of spinning bottom, and also before the close of yesterday market, you can see this resistance zone. You can see price broke out from this resistance zone. Can you see that? So this would have been a good entry for Australian dollar JPY. You would have bought from this point. You would have bought from this point, and by now you would have made close to 80 pips. You would have made close to 80 pips on Australian dollar JPY. So if you want to join this trend, wait for price to pull back in the discount area before you buy. As you can see, I think this fair value gap just got filled. Okay, probably they want this fair value gap. Can you see this? And if you look at the previous 4 candle, you can see this is a spinning top. This is a spinning top, which indicates change in trend from bullish to bearish. So it's likely going to pull back the discount area before continuing with its bullish move. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on AJ. AJ is still bullish. It's still bullish. That is clear. Euro JPY also is still bullish. Euro JPY is also bullish. Okay, waiting for 1 hour candle to close above this high before buying Euro JPY. I will be buying Euro JPY above the high of this candle. Okay, you can see on 15 minutes we had a resistance at this point. You can see this is resistance. This resistance has been broken, and before this resistance was created, you can see we had an hammer. We had an hammer on 15 minutes time frame. A new support, or sorry, a new resistance has been created at this point. You can see. So I want to ensure that price breaks from this resistance zone before going bullish on Euro JPY. 1 hour candle should close above this zone. 1 hour candle close above this zone. Okay. I hope that is clear, Mr. Emmanuel. I hope that is clear. Do you have any question? Any other question? Is there any other instrument you want us to look at in the comment section? Any question? Any question? Please give the video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up so that others can get to see this video. And if this is your first time participating on the live stream, thank you. And please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live or drop a video, you get notified by YouTube. Okay, please subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up so that others can get to see this video. Please also share the link with your friends. Okay, anyone you know that is into Forex trading, invite them for the live stream. It's absolutely free. Okay, it's absolutely free. Invite them for the live stream. Don't be selfish. Okay, share the link with your friends. Anyone that you know is into trading, or anyone that you know is interested in learning how to trade Forex, let them join the class. Let them join the class. Good morning, Mr. Godswill. Any question, Mr. Godswill? You just joined the class. Do you have any question? Is there any instrument you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section, Mr. Godswill. Mr. Godswill, do you have any question? Mr. Godswill, do you have any question? Euro USD. Okay, let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD is bullish at the moment. Okay, Euro USD is bullish at the moment. It is bullish. So let's start with the daily time frame. So you can see yesterday candle closed. Yesterday was bearish. Okay, it closed bearish, and after the close of yesterday, let's see the pattern we had on 4-hour time frame. So you can see the we had on 4-hour time frame. A resistance was created yesterday. Can you see this resistance? So you could patiently wait for price to break out from this resistance that was created for the close of the market yesterday. Okay, you can see price currently at that resistance level. Can you see? And there's a rejection from that level. So if price successfully breaks out from that resistance, then you should go bullish. Should go bullish. Now, considering how the previous 4-hour candle closed, one could have entered buy, right? Because what we have here is an hammer, and I think what they did this morning was to clear the liquidity residing at the lows of yesterday candles. I think that was what they did, the first thing they did this morning. And since they've swept liquidity residing at this previous low, and the pattern that formed is bullish, one can go bullish on Euro USD. That's a buy setup on Euro USD. And you can see on 1 hour, we had this is an hammer candle, and the next candle that closed above the high of this hammer candle, and it's also closed above the resistance that was created here on 1 hour time frame. Okay, but patiently wait for 1 hour, And the next on 23 minutes, this 1 hour candle will close. If it closes above this resistance level, then you can consider going bullish on Euro USD. And if you're buying Euro USD, your stop loss, just use 20 pips. And you can go for 30 pips TP or 40 pips TP. Okay, use pips, 40 pips, or okay, use 40 pips as TP. Stop loss should be 20 pips or maximum 30 pips. I hope that is clear. Your risk reward should not go below 1 to 2. So if your risk is 20 pips, you should go for 40 pips as reward. If your risk is 30 pips, you go for 60 pips as reward. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear, Mr. Maxwell. Any question? Any other question? Any other question? My high is on EJ and EJ and GJ. Okay. My high is on EJ and GJ. I want to avoid US dollar pairs because of the major news that will be released. Okay. So I want to trade EJ and GJ. Okay. EJ and GJ. All right, no questions. Okay, so that will be all for this session. I want to appreciate every one of you for your participation. Appreciate you for always showing up for the classes. My today's desire is to see every one of you prosper in your trading business. Okay, just ensure that you apply good risk and money management. Ensure you stick to your trading plan. If you do these things, you definitely achieve success in trading. Don't over leverage. Okay, don't over leverage. Don't over trade. 1 or 2 trades a day is okay. 1 or 2 trades a day. One in London session, the second one New York session. You don't have to place 10, 20 trades in a day. 1 or 2 trades in a day. Look out for quality setup. Look out for quality setup. Okay. All right. So that'll be all for this session. Hopefully tonight we'll be meeting by 9 p.m. Okay. So I'll drop the link on the WhatsApp group. If you're not on the WhatsApp group or in the Telegram group, please send me a message on WhatsApp so that you can be added to the Telegram group. Thank you very much. Do have a wonderful day.